Hey everybody,
Penis.
and welcome back to the LunchTable podcast, where I don't have to edit this, so I don't really care that Elijah just shouted in the middle of this intro.
Yeah, he shouted penis. Penis, it's raining dicks.
First of all, and most importantly, I have my grapes
Raining
and
penises.
my pudding, and I am totally
Hallelujah.
ready to go.
And a small penis.
So,
Isn't that what acid rain is?
so,
Hell.
tonight we have everybody here like it should be, except not really because it gets so loud and annoying when everybody's here.
Cherish isn't here.
But Cherish is
The
neither
entire
loud
time.
or annoying.
What?
Loud,
So,
annoying,
do we want to
loud,
start with story time, or do we want to start with topics?
Story time. Story time.
annoying,
Spencer.
loud, annoying.
I just bought a suggestively named GoPro mount. It's called the Chesty.
That's amazing. I like those swivel mounts. Those are awesome, especially on when you get the footage back.
I have a story.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Spencer.
You look it up.
I think I get what he means.
Well, I don't
Actually, I
know.
was literally talking about the swivel mount.
What, a GoPro 360 mount?
Yeah, like going.
No,
like,
a
like
swivel
your head.
mount.
What did you mount?
Yeah, they go on your helmet. Yeah, you have to make
Yeah.
those.
Those are cool.
Who did you mount?
Think of a giant swivel mount.
They're really bulky though, and they suck to put on your helmet.
A giant.
I just
rotating.
don't like helmets in general because I like licking windows.
Helmets? When did helmets get into this?
But because the swivel mount goes on your helmet.
Oh.
Yeah, and it swings in a circle, so whenever what really sucks is when you go through a door.
Oh,
right.
guys, you know what that would be great for?
Let's talk about puppies.
How
Killing
Dallas
puppies.
How Dallas murders puppies.
I have a,
That's fine as long as we can stop talking about GoPros.
I have a kitten.
But Dallas, think of the opportunities in the porn business.
I have a
Hey,
2-month-old
I've already seen them. So
black
You see-
kitten.
So suggestive, Dallas.
it's not suggestive. It's plain out telling you.
In a suggestive manner.
Okay, so I went to the emergency room.
What did you do this time?
No. This was a few weeks ago, but we haven't gotten a podcast up in a few weeks. So I think it literally happened like the day after the last podcast that went up.
Again,
So-
what'd you do?
Hold on. I wrote down notes so I wouldn't forget anything.
That's terrible.
Now, where did I put my notes? I forgot where I put
I
them.
put them on my phone, so it's okay. Whoa. Okay.
People in the background.
Yeah. Person in the background. Can't talk like a normal person. Love you. All right.
I'm
So-
ill. No, he's not.
Shut up. You know those LED flashlights?
Yeah.
Sure.
The small LED flashlights that are actually pretty bright. They're basically
Hold on,
That-
back up.
that are about the
Did you
size
say-
of your finger.
Did you say LED flashlight?
maybe. That might not be what
Are
it
those like? Is that what a lightsaber is?
is. No.
What does that have to do with lightsaber?
What?
Let me give you a little history
You
about
guys
LED.
obviously don't understand my excitement.
An LED is a light emitting diode.
No. It's a
Yes, that's
laser
exactly what
beam
it is.
emitting device.
No. It's
Other words,
not.
it's a lightsaber.
It's not.
Yeah,
And
it
if you take lightsaber and you were to divide it by some number to get
See,
3,
Blake knows what I'm
Half-Life 3
talking about.
confirmed.
Okay, if you look up LED,
Exactly.
if you look up an LED flashlight, the very first stock picture you see is one of those mini flashlights. Mini LED
Sure.
flashlights. Got the little key ring. Not a key ring. It's got the little it's just basically a perfect cylinder, and it's got the bunch of little bulbs.
And it's about the size of a child's finger.
I'm small for
So about the
size.
size of your-
Anyway, mine broke. Okay, it broke, and I was trying to fix it, so I had it taken all apart, and the rubber piece was torn. So I just took that rubber piece out the back, and I was messing around with the pieces, and I had the back end that was that a bug zapper?
Not really. It was like an electrocution.
What did you get from Cracker Barrel?
Okay. The hand buzzers.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I had the back of it that screws on without the rubber piece, and I slid it on my finger, and I slid it back. Oh wait, no, it got stuck.
That sounds really suggestive. And I slid
I
it
slid
on.
it back on my finger.
Well, no,
slid
it's grooved on one side, so it caught on my finger when I went to pull it off, and I was like, oh crap. So I just started. Dallas was here when it was. I was talking to Dallas when it happened. I was like, I just got something
I
stuck.
think Jeremiah was here too.
You're like, I was like, I just got something stuck on my finger, and you're like, put some soap on. It's like, don't worry, I got some lubrication. Well, eventually, like it was stuck to the point that it would start bleeding if I pulled on it too hard. So I ran over to
So
the
you pulled on it too hard.
yeah yeah. I ran over to my bathroom. I got blood all over the wall trying to fumble with the light switch. And I filled up the sink with water and put it underwater. Hopefully that would help me get it off. And my finger was starting to swell up, which wasn't good because that wouldn't help anything.
That's what she said.
Elijah, you're not helping yourself. You're talking about getting off and sliding things and
Yeah.
and
Spitting on it.
Just
Come
a
on,
tip.
have some self-respect. Don't spit on it.
come on.
Everyone knows you
don't
don't
like
do
that.
that.
It's just
Didn't-
common sense.
didn't-
You don't spit on that.
Didn't we just talk about me being Spencer's all his needs and wants?
So
Anyway,
you get on your knees,
Anyway.
right?
I had my hand underwater trying to get this piece of the flashlight off my finger, and it got to the point where the water was starting to turn a faint taint. What is it?
Whoa, hey now.
Faint tint.
I don't know where you're going
I
with
meant
this,
tint,
but I
not
don't like
taint. A faint tint of
I don't know
red.
where you're going with this.
When the water started turning red, I decided I should probably go get someone. So I walked back out. I was like, "Hey, Mom, I got this stuck on my finger. There's just blood running down. There's just blood running down my finger. My finger's like twice its normal size, swelled up. I still got scars on my hand. And she's like, runs out the room. That's exactly how it happened.
Thanks.
And it wakes up my dad, who I decided not to get because he was sleeping, and in his underwear on the couch.
What did you do, Spencer?
And my dad's like, my mom's freaking out. My dad gets some ice.
Oh, I hit the wrong button.
Doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, Elijah, to interrupt your story.
I'm sorry, Wilson.
Did you just replicate Apollo 13? What would have happened?
Pretty much. I mean, I'm playing Kerbal Space Program, and I have my spaceship in orbit, and I was going into, I went into like the cockpit view because I don't know, I was bored, and I was going to exit. Instead of like exiting out of the cockpit, I hit the spacebar button, which is the staging button, and so I separated my rocket from my command module. So basically, my guy's stuck in orbit forever.
Forever.
For the entire time. The entire time.
The entire time.
entire time.
The entire time.
So so as soon as my mom started freaking out, my stomach started feeling really bad, and I was starting to pass out. And it wasn't from loss of blood or anything. It was from shock, I guess. I don't know. Anyway,
Seeing the blood.
my dad gets dressed and he drives me into town, and we go to the emergency room. And it's like a 20-minute drive, so this isn't helping my finger situation at all. He's like, okay, the lady there's like, okay, what seems to be a problem? I'm like, this. And you're like, how did you do that? I'm like, oh no, it was really easy.
I was like, here, I can do it with this
Did it
finger.
with another one to another finger.
Yep. And
Here, I can show you
Like,
this
see,
one.
watch. Oh, wait.
Crap.
and they're like taking my blood pressure and stuff. You're like, blood pressure's high. I'm like, huh, I wonder why.
Oh my god.
I was like, you just hold up your index finger. It's like,
And
it's like almost like flipping them all. Just like,
It's like you can see him from a distance, just like increasing in size and decreasing in size. Just like.
my heart moved into my finger that day.
ching, 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 ching.
And
Oh, that reminds me of that terrible
Said
thing where.
something to your
oh,
no.
shut up, Spencer.
like you
You
like
say,
like
Oh,
you crushed
no.
say this later.
Do you know what I'm talking
No,
about?
shut up. Say this later. I might know. Say this later.
Spencer, type it.
You know that feeling like when you like crush your finger or like you cut it really bad or I don't know, bend it really far, and like you feel like your finger, like you can look at it and it's visibly getting bigger and smaller.
Yeah, like
No, no, but I can feel it.
anyway, my finger was just getting bigger and bigger because it was swelling up, and and so they sent me into this place. Well, actually, we had to wait. We had to wait a bit.
Finger was getting an erection.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we please continue the story? I want to hear the end of it.
And
No, you don't.
I've already told you the end of it.
You know,
I forgot,
Elijah, just
though.
shut up.
It's been 2 weeks. I forgot.
Okay.
All right. Anyways, what's the next topic?
And I went back to this place. I was like one of the only people there. There's some other kid I could hear in the background playing with something, like a transformer.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That was-
Sorry. Your microphone's so loud. Anyway,
It's kind of unacceptable.
so I'm sitting there, my dad's over there, and 3 people walk in the room. They're like, "Okay, we're gonna get this thing off your finger," and what they were gonna use was a ring cutter, which is supposed to
Oh,
cut rings off your
that's a-
finger. Except this isn't really a ring. It's maybe like 10 times more dense than a ring.
Iridium.
Shut up.
Freaking Superman.
Well, anyway, so they're like, okay, we're gonna give you Novocaine first.
56
So
megatons.
if I had the most painful part of the whole experience was getting the Novocaine shot in my finger. That friggin'
The
hurt.
irony.
Yeah.
Novocaine. What's that again? Is that a painkiller?
Yes, painkiller.
It's a
Okay.
number.
Number. Yeah, it numbs. Anyway, they had to
A painkiller is painful.
right below where the flashlight was stuck. Right.
Yes,
at the,
Jared,
right
we
at the
call
base.
that irony.
Right at the base of my index finger. They had to do it on both. Inject on both sides, and then they lubed up my finger.
Whoa.
Whoa now.
Whoa. Whoa.
Will you guys stop?
What are you
And there was a
doing with
very
that finger,
sexy
Elijah?
nurse.
I don't
And there
know,
was a
but
very
there's a
cute
stopper
nurse.
at the base of my. There's a stopper right where my knuckle is, so can't do much. Anyway. They had to. There was 3 people that had to work on getting this thing off my finger. The ring cutter wasn't very big, and what it is you twist a knob on the side of it's kind of like a manual can opener to turn the little saw blade that cuts through it. Well,
It's also called a tube cutter.
Yeah.
anyway,
Just tubes.
this thing was thick enough that it would slide around. They had to have one person hold my they had to have one person hold my hand up so they could see it. One person held the ring cutter and the other person turned it. so they could hold it in place and turn it. And it and during this whole time me and my dad are talking back and forth. It's like, you know what we need to do when we get this off? We need to go to a costume store, get a fake amputated finger and bring it home for mom.
That's terrible.
And I'm guessing you did that.
And no. But it
I
wasn't
should've.
too long ago. I think it was in October. So there probably would have been someplace we could find that. And and he's like, no, better. I'm gonna have you stay in the car. And when I go inside, and she's like, "Where's Elijah?" She's like, "We're going in tomorrow.
He didn't make it.
We're going in tomorrow to pick up the body."
No,
Okay, now did you
should have
do
been
that
like,
I
one?
have
we
some
can go-
really bad.
you want to drive back with me to visit him in the hospital?
I have some really bad news for you.
He has
Like,
cancer.
I need you to identify the body.
What? It's a murder mystery.
They stabbed me
Yeah.
with the ring cutter. Oh.
So we took him to the doctors, and unfortunately, multiple people have handled that flashlight before, and he happened to contract gonorrhea herpes syphilis.
I forgot about that.
Super
Yeah,
Type
to contract gonorrhea herpes syphilis.
Type B.
Type B.
Type
type Q.
Type B positive.
Type C.
Type M.5.
Type B plus because that's all the higher grade he could get.
Oh.
What? Anyway, once they finally got through one side, they like took 2 pliers to try to pull it apart. But this thing's so thick, they're like, we're gonna have to turn it around and cut the other side. Oh, and by the way, that numbness numbed my entire hand, except for where the ring was digging into my finger. It couldn't get up there, as so constricted. So I was still in very, very much pain the whole time.
But you felt great, right?
Yeah, and then they're like, well, I mean, I was like, this is pretty bad, huh? This is like the worst thing you've seen of this. And they're like, well, there was this one guy that had something stuck on a different appendage.
Oh.
Oh my.
And I'm going, how did he try to explain this?
No. He walks into like.
How did this happen?
No,
I
He
was
walks
just
into-
walking and I
Well, at least
fell.
it's not a robot hand.
No. He walks into the
Oh,
front. Like
big
he walks
thing.
into the hospital and they're like, okay, what's the problem? He's like, I got something stuck on one of my appendages. And they're like, oh, it's like, where'd you get it stuck? And he's like, it's
Down
I don't know. And they're like, can you just show us? And the guy's like, all right, just pulls down his pants right there.
It lays it on the counter.
Oh!
Yep, just walks in their
Lays
hand.
it on the counter.
Yes, to
Lays it just
Lays it.
stomp right on the counter.
lift it up and slap it onto the counter.
It has like one of
Oh,
those.
Just like fall off or something.
It has one of those like kilogram
makes a, like,
masses
it
hanging
makes a
on it. That's
subtle
what got
thump.
stuck.
It's got a giant weight on it. It's got a.
What?
Dude, it just makes like it makes this like kind of subtle thump when he puts it on.
He has a sock person.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
he has a sock person stuck on him.
And then the hot nurse walks by.
Oh.
Like, what if I gotta be?
Anyway, when they started going for the other side, 2 of them, the other side of the ring, 2 of them just left, and so there's just one person in there working on it. And this is the point where my dad takes out his phone, starts taking pictures and video.
Oh man.
Oh, by the way,
texts-
I have an amazing story after this.
Okay, good job. And he texts his brother and Junior from my church, who I will talk about later. He's in my other story. And when they finally got it cut off, like they and I like they dumped stuff all over it to clean it. It wasn't like rubbing alcohol because that would hurt like crap. But maybe not because my finger was numb. But and then
Yeah, it was probably
so we
hydrogen
just
peroxide.
waited for we probably spent more time waiting for checkout than we did for getting the actual thing off my finger. And my finger was totally numb. Like I was poking myself in the face, not feeling it. My dad's like, "What is it? What happens when you pick your nose?" I was like, "Oh, that feels really weird." Just picking my nose. someone else's finger is picking my nose.
What?
So when we go when they come back in,
That's
I
Oh,
took
just thought of something.
when they come back in, I took the two parts
Elijah.
of the flashlight and put it on my other finger. My other index finger and held it there for when they came back in.
Uh-huh.
They're like
not again.
Elijah.
they're like, don't do that. What?
You know how you were saying the picking your nose thing? What if you tried to do something else?
It doesn't really work with one finger, Dallas. I mean, not for me. Blake might.
I thought your whole
Finger
hand
your-
was.
Blake might be able.
Finger your
I thought his whole hand was
fingering
numb.
the
What? Shut up.
ain't.
What the?
You guys weren't paying attention.
I was too.
I was
Fingering
trying not.
What the hell? Stop.
One finger, Dallas. Take that.
Blake, you might.
No, I'm pretty sure Dallas
Blake
uses.
might be able to use one finger, but
I stick it actually inside of it, and just wiggle it around.
I'm talking about.
All right,
That's terrible
topic.
image.
And Dallas has to use
Aw.
3. So
It's okay. Blake gets Brazilian waxes.
For those of you still with us, you're now gay.
Just
If you notice
just
the,
like
us. If you notice the
This is
story,
I don't know.
if you notice the story about it, if you notice the gay story before you noticed Elijah's story, then I have some bad news for you.
Hey, guys.
What? Oh, by the way,
This-
I'm not done.
It's actually really cool.
I'm not done.
It's awful, but it's really cool.
Okay, I'm still not.
So-
I'm still not done.
Well, it was
Let the
basically
man finish.
I when we,
Well,
mo-
I
we-
don't know if you should.
so we started driving home, and my dad stops to get something from Speedway. He just stops to get a 44-ounce soda from Speedway, and he drinks it all within 5 minutes. He's like, "Man, I was really thirsty," and then he's like, "That was a bad idea." As soon as he downed it all, he's like, "You know what? That was a bad idea." And and we get home, and I end up following my dad inside. My mom's already in bed trying to go to sleep, and I'm hanging outside. He and he goes in, and she's like, "How'd it go?" He's like, "We have to go in tomorrow to pick up Elijah." And she's like, "What?"
And then I walked in the door.
She's like, "Nuh."
No.
She's like, "What?" Nuh-uh. And my dad's like, "Yeah." She's like, "Are you serious?" And,
I
I,
didn't make it.
and he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "No, you're not." And then I just walked past. I was like, "Hi, Mom. I got a new finger."
Look what I can do with it.
So my dad made a plaque, or is in the process of making a plaque for these two pieces of the flashlight, and he's going. he's,
That's the best part about it.
and he's going to name it the Elijah Trap and hang it up on the wall.
Nice.
That's amazing.
That's a trap.
How to catch an Elijah?
All right.
All right,
So
you can go ahead, Dallas.
yesterday, Brad came over to my house.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep.
we were sitting. What are you doing, Jeremiah? It's making a lot of noise.
Stop it.
So we were sitting in my room playing Pikmin 3, and which we'll talk about Pikmin 3 later on. But
We will.
Brad's mom opens our back door, which that's where they were sitting on the back porch. And
I thought they were sitting on the front porch.
Shut up.
Nope, it was the back. Anyways, she yells, "Hey guys, come out here! You're missing all the action." And we
Oh my.
we were a little bit confused, but we still wanted to know what was going on out there. So we put our shoes and coats on and went outside. Not even joking you, 11 cop cars outside my house.
Who says?
Wait,
Like
Oh,
outside your house or just like in the
Oh,
yard?
dang it!
Like
my
right
mom's
next to my
mom
house.
and oh man, my relatives.
No, Blake, it was up the street. Not
Brandy
down.
was probably smoking weed again.
It,
No, I was
it
kidding.
was it was on the street up, not the street across. If that makes sense.
Oh man, I was gonna say I was
So-
some action at my grandparents' house.
It turns out some kid pulled a. I don't know if it was the mother's son or the mother's son's friend that was staying with him at the time, but one of the two pulled a shotgun on the mom. And apparently it takes 11 cops to stop that. But it was pretty exciting to have 11 cop cars outside your house. I have pictures if you guys want to see them.
Sure.
Why not?
Here, I'll send all of you a picture of them right now on my phone.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Anyway,
Any other stories?
So somebody else. start with the story.
Spencer, I think you had a story.
I got a story about how
No, that
how
doesn't-
I called the
you don't-
cops on
you-
someone outside the house.
What?
You don't count.
You don't count, Blake.
It's a cop story.
Okay. Spencer, I
Yeah,
thought you had a story.
Oh, okay.
It
You
was
must name for
Never have a story.
no, it's not a TV story. This actually happened in real life. Okay, so there's a church down the street from me. I would say the name,
No, there wasn't.
but it's I for a while I was pretty sure it was a Mormon church, but it's not a Mormon church.
Catholic.
So if anyone from that church, they do a bunch of Chinese stuff there. So I was like, Mormon.
What? That doesn't
I
make
know,
any sense.
exactly, exactly. And anyway,
Of
so
course.
it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm on the Skype call with Jeremiah and Kyle, who's currently not on, but Jeremiah hung up, and literally like right as he hung up, I hear like a rev limiter of a car just going crazy, and I was like, Kyle, I don't know if that's a gun or if that's a car, and he goes, well, go check. And I had my headphones on. I walked over and I was like, Kyle, there's someone doing donuts in this church parking lot. And he goes, what? And I was like, all I can see is just a bunch of headlights going in circles. And he's like, oh, okay.
I was like, I'm gonna call the police because this is kind of annoying because it was really, really, really loud. Like I can't even describe how loud it was.
Very,
And
very, very loud.
basically take a car and just chop the muffler off. It was, and so I was like, call the cops. Cops show up, and while the cops are like in progress of getting to my house, Kyle just goes, "Hey, I'm gonna ride out towards your house." I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, hold on, give me a second." Hangs up from the Skype call, calls me back on his phone, and he's on his scooter riding out to my house.
With-
It's 1:30 in the morning, and it's 32 degrees outside. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Dude, I'm like 5 minutes away from your house." I was like, "Okay." So and then I just see him he just goes riding by my house, and I knew it was him because he has blue LEDs all over his scooter, and I just see this like spaceship go by my house, and he goes, and he's on the
Spaceship.
sky, he's on his phone, and he just goes wee as he's going by my house.
He goes, wee.
Wee cop cars. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, Dallas.
That's
Yeah, they're
pretty
on me.
funny.
Dallas
Have you
texted
guys
me.
got my pictures
I
yet?
did. It's a video, I think.
No, there's 3 different pictures.
Oh.
Alice said he
Nope,
had,
it's a
like,
video.
11 co-
Oh, it's a video of 3 different pictures. Oh, there's Brad. He looks gay.
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 Actually,
Just kidding.
so important.
He looks normal. Oh wait, never mind. Oh.
Mom is very interested in these pictures, Dallas.
Oh, I didn't even pay. Oh, that's a lot of cop cars.
Which house was it, Dallas?
Huh? Oh, it's not. You can't see it in the picture.
I carved a pumpkin.
If you're looking at my house and you're on the side of my house,
Thank you.
the side that's by the street, and you went across the street, and then you went across the alley from that house, and then you went one house over from that house.
What? What?
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't.
Yeah, nobody does.
I think I do too.
I don't.
No. Why I've got 2 missed calls.
Okay. So
Hey.
I got another story.
Hey, sexy.
The date was October 12th, 2013,
Uh huh.
and I spent $500.
The end.
What?
I bought a Wii U,
And
Wind
missed
Waker
the
HD
meeting.
bundle,
Yep.
Pikmin 3,
You break them, you pay for them.
a Wii U Classic Controller Pro,
I'm pretty sure it does.
Blake, would you mind muting your microphone?
Pokemon.
What? Dude. Why? Jerry, why are you calling me?
What?
Pokemon X and Pokemon Y.
Why is this so funny? I don't get it.
He just calls me randomly.
And
Because
the total
It's
ended up being
genius.
$500.
Yeah. Okay. Good job, Dallas.
because you talked about 2 missed calls, and I'm like, I want to make that 3. So I called him.
All right,
Hilarious.
so since that day, this is with having school
Uh-huh.
and having to sleep.
Uh-huh.
I've played 35 hours. I think it's almost 36 hours of Pokemon Y, and 8 hours of Pikmin 3, almost 9.
You haven't slept very much, have you?
See, Dallas,
I tried
I think
to.
I've played just as much, but I've gotten nowhere. No, I played 25 hours, and I'm in the 4th gym.
How?
Because
There's no way you could play that long.
I derp around so much. Usually I
Do
just...
you leave your game on ever?
No,
And
usually,
just leave
no,
your game?
usually what I'm doing is I'm like doing something on a computer, and I just have the DS open and look at it every once in a while.
Oh. That explains it.
It does. No, I'm just
But,
I'm just really bad.
For all of
I'm
our
playing
Pokemon X and Y fans, I just beat the Elite Four, and I'm doing post-game stuff now.
You're assuming we have fans that...
Obviously, Roberto.
We have
Yeah,
some
all
I'll
of our
say all
Robertos
those
play
Robertos.
Pokemon.
All of our Robertos out there. This one goes...
All of our Roberto out there.
This one goes...
Hi, Roberto.
Singular.
Singular. I really hope he says something. Tells us his real name.
It's not going to change our name for him.
Speak to us, Roberto.
I hope that he's still
Hey,
watching.
Roberto. I wish I could quit you.
I wish I could quit you.
I wish I could quit you.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, my other story. Okay, so remember the guy Junior that I mentioned?
Who?
He's 63, I think. He goes to my church. He's a really cool guy. Don't tell him I said that though. Him and I have kind of rivalry. I don't know type of thing going on.
We have a slightly symbiotic relationship.
What? Well, anyway,
A pessimistic symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
well, my dad had this conference thing he had to go to, and Junior was going with him, and his brother was going with him, but Junior couldn't go, so I had to be Junior's place, and I had to wear his name tag, and his first name's Clarence, so I had a name tag that said Clarence on it.
So
That's hilarious.
you were on sale then.
Oh,
You were
oh
on
my gosh.
Spencer liked it.
What did he say? I missed it.
Gay.
Blake, I just said he had to wear a name tag that said Clarence because that was the guy's name, and I told him he was on sale.
Aww.
No,
All right, continue.
I don't wanna.
Well, I mean, everybody else interrupted all your stories,
Yeah.
so I figured I had to do it once.
Anyway,
I haven't.
anyway,
Yes, you
at one
have.
point I'm like, it's not as fun being Junior as you think it would be. It's actually pretty dull. And recently, my dad started saying something. I forget what the conversation was about, and he goes, "You know what? The only thing Junior ever gave me," and I go, "A disappointment."
Oh my gosh.
And your dad was like, "Actually, yes. How did you know I was gonna say that?"
and he just laughed really hard at that. He's like, "You don't even know why that's funny." I'm like, "Okay." Anyway, he told me a story.
You don't even understand.
You don't know me.
You don't know me.
And he told me a story about Junior. A long time ago, I think Junior was maybe 20, 30 years old. I don't know, maybe 40.
It's not very junior if you ask me.
Yeah. Anyway, well, it's better than calling him Clarence. Anyway, he was getting a new mattress, but he sleeps upstairs, and he has
thought about something.
okay, good job. And he has a curved stairway that leads upstairs, and the mattress wouldn't fit. It wouldn't turn around the bend. And so what he did was he took a chainsaw and he just cut a giant chunk out of the wall so they could fit the mattress up the stairs.
Does Junior have a wife?
No.
Well, if he did, we're gonna call her Gloria, because that was the first thing that came to mind.
Oh.
Gloria.
So,
Gloria. Gloria.
I thought you said Jerry.
All
I
right.
thought you said Jerry.
Enough ABBA.
no.
I thought you said
Does Junior have a wife?
Oh yeah, I thought you said does Jerry have a life? That's why I said no.
Does Junior have a
That's why
wife?
I said no.
Yes, he does.
Does Junior? What's her name?
Carla.
So, when they were younger, did Carla get condoms on Clarence?
Oh gosh, shut up.
That's terrible.
Shut your mouth.
I don't care.
Shut your mouth.
No, thank
And
you.
anyway, she comes home. She's like, "There's a hole in the wall." He's like, "Call my brother. He'll fix it." But yeah,
Wait a second. How does that tie into the story?
his brother's an architect,
Oh.
which actually doesn't make any sense at all for why he would fix that. Eh.
All right. Do we want to talk about video games now?
Go to our actual topics.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a story?
I
What's
don't know,
this
but
thing
I'm
that
going
says
to the moon.
chainsaw mattress?
That's what that was.
Not really.
Oh.
Mattress.
I've got a story concerning a quadcopter that Jordan had.
No.
Well, we can just
Save that for
we can
later.
decide a George story at the end.
That's our Jordan story for the end.
Sure.
All right, then. Oh, I had a story about how I got my driver's license today.
It's his fifth
I don't.
attempt.
It's my fifth attempt.
No, it's not.
Not really.
Anyway,
Sixth.
so we go there. Getting warmer, and and so we go there, and my mom will say that I'm lying, but I know for a fact I'm not lying on this. She goes, all right, so you're taking your driver's test. I've already taken the written test. I missed like 2 questions, so I was really proud of myself.
I
And
aced the written test.
it was fit. How big was your? How many questions? was
50
yours?
questions maybe.
Yeah, I think mine was 52.
Yeah.
But
two more.
No, it was 50 as well. And so I'm taking the driving test, and my mom's like, all right, so if we have to figure out if it's a boy or girl for us. It's like, why does it matter? And she's like, it just will. You know, it's like, oh, okay, so that's what driving instructor is, a girl. Okay, so make sure you always use sir and ma'am, maybe compliment her. I was like, you have big boobs. You're hot. You're hot. And my mom's like, not like that. And I was like, but why not? And my mom's like, she's like, oh, it must be that blonde over hair. You have blonde hair.
My name's Blake. Blake likes you.
Say something about her hair.
My name's Blake.
Hey, what's up with your hair?
And that was like, and my mom was,
Such
I told my mom, I was like, when I came back into the driving branch, I was like, she was really liking my compliment. She's like, you did not tell her that, did you? And I was like, no. I was hoping, because I signed my name like I usually do. I was thinking, oh god, I hope people can read my name.
I was really nervous because my driving instructor, not my driving instructor, well maybe, I don't know what they call it. The person that graded me when I drove.
Driver and
Instructor.
driving instructor, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, like for when I was taking the test, the lady in there, she said not a word, and unless she wanted me to turn or something. So it was just writing on her thing, and the only thing you can write is when you mark when they're doing something wrong. You can't like does this right or anything. Just mark this wrong, circle that, everything's wrong. And she didn't stop doing that, and I was really nervous. I ended up passing by like 3 points on both sections. On the
I didn't. Okay,
on
so
the, on the
when
parallel.
you parallel parked,
Uh,
when you parallel parked, like, what did you have to like? Did they just find?
Okay.
Did they just find a random car on the street and have you parallel
No,
park
it
behind
wasn't. It was a different kind of parallel park. It was they had a cone set up behind the DMC.
Okay, so we went. There's a local bowling alley. I'm sure it's got 40 lanes. And I'll just say that much. Everyone knows what it is. And there was a car like literally right down the road from that, and I was supposed to parallel park behind that car, and the space between the car and the car behind it was probably like 3 miles. So I was like, oh, this is a piece of cake.
3 miles.
There was like no cars
Wait a
behind
second,
on that
wait.
whole street, and I was like, wait a minute here, this is not parallel parking. I could have just pulled straight
No,
up behind it.
I did parallel
Wait,
park
you
when I
mean
had
the one in Greenville.
to.
Wait, what?
The one in
Shut
Greenville?
up, Dallas.
Yes, the one in Greenville.
Oh my gosh.
There are so many Greenvilles in the United States.
I know.
I'm still not bleeping it out though. Wait. Hey, what's up?
Still-
Oh my gosh, you
funny 'cause
look
it's
like
not
the
actually-
guy off of Breaking Bad. My dad.
Oh, Bryan Cranston.
He looks like the guy off of Breaking
Gotta
Bad.
bleep out that last name.
Bryan Cranston. Everyone knows who
That's
he
not
is.
my dad. That's the actor.
I know.
What?
What if your dad was the actor?
He's not.
Anyways.
Then you would be
He weighs too much.
Oh man,
and you're not a
Anyway,
man.
that's cruel.
that's kind of sad.
All right.
Ow!
guys.
Let go. That hurt.
That's what she said.
My dad hurt me. Somebody called Protective Child Services.
Child Protective Services.
Close enough. Anyway, what I had to do was there was 5 cones, I think it was, and they were each spread out about the exact length of the car, like down to the millimeter. And what I had to do was pull up between the first 4, and pull right to the cone at the top. It was shaped like a pentagon, and then I had to reverse right back through what I had just
It
done.
wasn't in a circle, was it?
No. It was the shape of a pentagon. There's just the 4 corners like a square, and then one farther ahead at the top. And I had to pull up through the 4 and go to the right.
Oh, so a pentagon.
You retard. Go.
Wow, you went all out on that insult. You retard.
Does that mean you're a terrorist?
You ginger.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Watch out,
I
Chuck.
take that back. I'm sorry.
I was about to say Chuck Norris might come for you.
Chuck Norris isn't a ginger anymore.
Can we stop right now?
Yep. Okay. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Just everybody stop talking.
Guys, what are you doing?
That's the most high.
Stop.
Listen, guys, what are you doing, guys? Stop.
I don't understand.
Stop.
What is English?
LOL. How do I English?
LOL.
How do I
How do I
English?
English?
How do I English?
I found a rock I like.
Yummy.
All right.
Funny story about rocks. I was
Well,
at the boys.
I'm
I was
gonna
at.
move on to.
I went to a camp
one of
over
our
the
actual
summer and I
topics
found a
here.
rock and I named it Pancake Pete
What?
because it looked like a pancake.
I found a rock and
I can send you. I can send you a picture of it.
I found a rock and we named it Toby, Ricky, Bobby, Philip Jr. the third.
No, you gotta name him the fourth. He's the spawn of the third.
No, he was before you. You were named after him.
Then why am I not named Toby, Ricky, Bobby, Philip Jr. the fourth
Here,
or the third junior?
I'll rename you. I'll rename you to IV instead of I. There, it's done.
No. It needs to be Toby, Ricky, Bobby, Philip Jr. the third junior.
Oh, if he was the spawn of Blake, that mean he was a gallstone?
It's a very big gallstone.
Okay, Junior the third
The
junior.
bowels of an elephant.
There, you're Toby, Ricky,
All
Bobby,
right. So the
Philip
first
Jr. the
topic
third
we're going to
junior.
talk about is Pokemon X and Y.
Yes. We've been
I'm
at
gonna
this for like
completely stop.
We've been at this for like an hour, and now we're starting.
No, we never.
It's been like half an
restarted the
hour.
call.
Well, the call's been 2 hours. I think it's been like 40 minutes.
It's been about 40 minutes.
I'll check the recording.
Let's just end it now.
Yep.
It's been about 40 minutes because I had to let my dog out at 10
Yeah,
o'clock.
yeah.
and It's 10:44
Yeah,
now.
we started around 10.
You know what, Dallas? If everyone set their clock off when they let their dog out, the world would be a better place.
The world would be all
So
about
Pokemon X and Y.
dogs being let out and who did it. It would be all
Who
about
let the dogs out? Who?
Dogs out.
I
Meow.
should really just
meow,
record this
meow.
podcast by myself. It would end up much better.
No, when you all we would hear is boring
But
Dallas.
Dallas, you're not funny.
I really like the new Pokemon games.
It was Pokemon. The end. See you guys next week. Goodbye.
I still haven't caught a shiny one.
Yeah, that's kind of
Has, like,
sad. I haven't
shiny
Yeah,
things.
Dallas is depressed. He doesn't have any shiny things.
It's okay, Dallas. I've never caught a shiny Pokemon.
I have
I haven't.
like 6 or 7.
I'm up to 4, including the red Gyarados that's automatically shiny. So 3.
I have Rayquaza. So suck it.
A shiny
You
Rayquaza.
Yeah, I got shiny Rayquaza and Soul Silver.
soft reset it.
Only like 600 times.
Well, that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay,
And it's
so
not like I would just
Pokemon X
stand
and
there and
Y.
stare at the screen. I would do that while I'm like watching a TV show or something. Anyway, yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit about Pokemon X and Y.
Sucks.
And how it is amazing because I bought Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. I played 400 hours of Diamond and 300 hours of Platinum. Not as much of Pearl. And then Pokemon then Heart Gold, Soul Silver, then Pokemon Black and White came out, and I played through it, and I hated it.
Yeah, it wasn't very
And then
good.
Pokemon Black and White 2 came out, and I had a little bit of hope for that, and I was like, this game is going to be kind of better because it's better, right?
Yeah.
And then it was awful, and I couldn't even finish it because it was bad.
I didn't even buy it.
So then Pokemon X and Y came out about 2 weeks ago, and I was like, you know what? We'll give them one more shot here, and that was the hammer that nailed it.
And that was the bus I just got thrown under. I get the.
Wow.
I threw
When did Blake say that?
I threw Blake under the bus.
I never said that. What are you,
Um,
you
I
jerk?
get the feeling that Dallas only wants to talk about Pokemon so he can brag about it.
Why would you quote me on that? You jerk.
Wait, today at 10:46 p.m.
It's 10:46.
Oh my
right now.
God, Elijah! I'm going to kill you.
Jeremiah, why'd you cancel it? Send.
No,
All right,
I'm
so
gonna change it.
All right.
Fine, I'll send it.
I don't want to spoil much about Pokemon
It's
X and Y.
awesome.
It's new.
There.
Yeah.
Um,
Mega Evolutionos.
I do like Mega Evolutions, and
They're-
we're gonna end the topic of Pokemon X and Y with a joke.
They're sexy.
I was hoping to get a Mega Evolution in Pokemon X and Y, but that dream was a little far-fetched. All right, next.
I'm
I'll tell
I'm
you
setting
when
this
I
as
get
my
that
desktop background, Jerry.
I figured.
I'm not downloading it for fear.
No,
of...
Dallas, it's the picture
it's the
you
one
linked
that-
me yesterday of Mega Gardevoir.
Oh yes, I need to save that. I can find it again. I can find it again.
Anyway,
And I've actually got a like very
are we going to talk about the next one?
good of war.
Yep, Batman Arkham Origins.
It's a game about Batman. The end. I actually saw
All right,
I saw a little bit of the playthrough of this, not much though, just like the inventory screen. I was watching someone play it and then I immediately got bored
this reminds me
because
of when we
because
first
the
started
Twitch stream
podcast.
didn't catch up. What?
This reminds me of when we first started the podcast and we were talking about E3, and then we got to Batman Arkham Origins and we talked about it for like 5 minutes and then stopped.
Yeah, we don't know much about Batman, except by the movies.
So
Movies are good.
I didn't see him. Walking Dead season 4.
No,
I didn't
Dallas.
watch.
Stop. Batman Arkham Origins. It's supposed to be really good. Okay, now.
All right.
Because it's
Well,
Batman.
IGN didn't rate it so well, but the users did.
Well, they rated it pretty good. It was like a 8 point something.
That's bad.
Dallas,
Walking
you're bad.
Dead season 4. Didn't watch season 1. Didn't watch season 2. Didn't watch season 3. Not gonna watch season 4.
Why not?
That's pretty harsh, man.
It's kind of like
Not a fan of zombies.
it's a zombie soap opera, is what it is.
Not a fan of zombies.
I haven't watched any of it, so I can't say.
I've seen a few episodes.
Season 1.
It's decent.
See, I liked the recent seasons because I liked them, and then in season 2 it turned into a soap opera. It's exactly what it turned into because they stayed in the same place the whole time, and it was all love relationships developing, and hate relationships developing, and death and murder, like zombies.
You know what soap operas remind me of?
Oh, I need to link you to a video, Blake. Oh.
Soap operas remind me of Dragon Ball Z.
No,
because
shut up.
It takes 10 episodes for anything to get accomplished.
Soap operas happen really fast.
No, they don't.
I know.
The important
The
things.
Guiding Light was on the air for 75 years and nothing happened.
What was on the air for 75 years?
Guiding Light.
Oh.
It started out as a radio show, I think.
Is it sad that I know what you're talking about?
A little bit, but I only
Yeah.
know about it because my grandma watched it.
My grandmama.
My nana.
What are you sending
Blake,
me?
watch this.
In a Spanish soap opera?
Okay, Sonic Lost
I'm a-
World. Not a fan of Sonic. Next. What is this?
Bueno. Oh my gosh. That is amazing.
Walks in, slaps everyone.
So many
leaves.
giggles.
So much
Oh.
happiness.
I just love the very end. I'm
So-
sorry.
Gay.
I'm sorry. Oh, I just spit all over my 3DS. Ah.
Alright.
So we're not going to tell you what that was about. Let's move on.
Family Guy Spanish soap opera. Next.
Oh my gosh.
Sonic
that's
Lost World.
hilarious.
Bueno.
Bueno. We're just gonna be saying that like out of random now.
Okay.
We're just gonna be like, bueno.
Sonic Lost World was not bueno.
According to IGN.
Yeah, it was rated at 5.8, mediocre.
See,
They
every
said
Sonic game that I've ever played sucked.
I liked
So-
Sonic Adventure, and that was when it started going downhill. That's the beginning of the slope downhill.
Yeah, and Sonic Adventure was when it was at its top, so.
Yeah, that was right before it went way downhill.
Well,
it's
at least
good.
it's not as bad.
It's good as
Oh, let me tell you something.
okay. What?
Sonic Lost World cannot be worse than Sonic 06, so it has to be. There's a glimmer of hope there.
Sonic 06
But-
is a 0.1. No, it's not that bad.
What?
It's not that bad. It's like a 0.2. Hello, Dallas. Did we lose?
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah, Sonic was Spencer, are you even here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
In heart, in spirit.
I'll be with you guys spiritually.
You guys went off my radar,
Anyway,
but I still love you.
wish
It's because you're in outer space, Spencer.
My mind is out of this world.
I wish I could quit
Thanks,
you.
This body is out
I
of this.
wish I could quit. Ions.
I wish I could quit
All right,
gravity.
next.
They call
We
marijuana
didn't
these
finish
days.
it, Dallas. You kind of just stopped talking.
Well, that's because I'm trying to find it on
That's because his
All right,
mind is
Sonic the
out of this
Hedgehog
world.
2006 got
You're
a
back.
4.2 rating by IGN.
Yeah. It's less than average. Hey, are you from Tennessee? What? Because I'm the only 10 you see? No, you're like a 7 or 8. Still above average.
Oh, was that from
No. Go ahead.
Metacritic rated it a 43 out of 100, so
That's a 4.3.
yeah.
Good job, Dallas.
All right, so
What? I liked I liked
63.
no, wait, hold on. I like Sonic. I like Sonic. I don't like the Sonic games. I played Sonic the Hedgehog, the very first one on the Sega Genesis, and it was nice.
I played Sonic Spinball in the Genesis.
Oh, Sonic Spinball.
liked it.
Yeah, Sonic Spinball was cool too. What was it? It was yeah, it was Sonic Adventure. I don't know what. See, Sonic Adventure was good. Sonic Adventure 2 was when it went downhill. Or is that when the game series started going downhill? Because Sonic was good as a 2D platformer, but it doesn't really work as a 3D platformer, or at least not the way
No.
they're doing it.
Yeah. Just as a note,
Mm-hmm.
I plan to go over. Jordan and I plan to have a hangout session where we're gonna marathon Sonic 06. And
Put it on Twitch.
well, I wish we could, but
Stream it.
we don't have a streaming device.
Suck.
You don't need one.
Yeah, you
can
do.
Just use a video camera.
Video tape.
No. Anyways,
Just use a mic.
Back in the
Yeah,
We're
you
going
can't just
to-
capture from TV. Wait, what?
we're going to play it, and I'll have a failure Jordan story to tell you that week. So keep that in mind.
Oh, wait, is this the bounce?
No,
Or have we already told
Sonic
me?
06. Oh, do you not pay attention?
No, I was, but you said a Jordan story. And
We
so I
will
was
have a
asking-
Jordan story that week. The week that we play Sonic 06. Because Sonic 06 is a failure Jordan story. And by that I mean Sonic 06 sucks.
It's really bad.
It has the worst glitches. It's a prototype. It's basically a
Is
prototype.
it more broken than Sonic Adventure? Because Sonic Adventure is
Yes.
pretty broken.
Sonic 06 is the most broken game you'll ever find.
Okay.
That was like a popular series. something that had a high budget.
I know Sonic Adventure is broken to the point that you can basically skip half the levels just by jumping across things you're not supposed to.
Let me explain to you how Game Grumps described it.
All right.
It's like the guys that were making the game went up to the producer at Sega and they were like, "Hey, this is our new game that we got." And the guy was trying it out and he was like, "Yeah, this is a really good prototype. With a little more tweaks and works on it, this will be a great game." And the guys are like, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you." And when they leave, they're like, "Oh crap, we're screwed. This game's got to be shipped out tomorrow." And then they kill themselves. So that's basically how that
Wow,
goes.
tragic end to a story that wasn't even close to being greater than Twilight.
Oh wow. Sonic 06 is worse than Twilight. You heard it here, folks.
It is. Like I've seen Sonic 06, I've seen Twilight. The Twilight's still a little better.
I haven't seen Twilight. I haven't played Sonic 06.
The
So
the only part
I
that I
think
seen
my
Twilight is when I
innocence
made
is still intact.
I made three grown women like have their periods on. In
Hey.
my head.
What? Shut up. What
Let
is
me
wrong with
just
you,
say something about
Blake?
the Twilight
I turned
series.
the volume up to 40 on our surround sound system, and that was right as the big explosion. Well, it's not really an explosion. Right as the big like wolf thingy comes out of the woods, and they all were like, "Oh my god, turn it down!"
Oh.
Hey, if it wasn't for Kristen Stewart and Sparkly Vampires, that would have been a really good movie.
If it wasn't for the main character.
Yeah. Like all the violence in it, it was pretty good.
There's Kristen Stewart looking happy and Kristen Stewart looking sad, I think. Can't tell. Her face never changes.
What if they starred Emma Watson instead, or Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson. And she's like lives with the wolves.
Fourth movie only.
She lives with the
Fourth
wolves.
Fourth movie only.
She like wears little clothing.
All right.
Or the fourth movie.
So Pikmin 3,
Pikmin 3, what?
it's a really good game. I've beaten the first 4 bosses.
There's bosses in Pikmin?
In Pikmin 3, yes.
Okay. I guess there's kind of, yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of bosses in the original Pikmins.
Yeah.
But they aren't.
It's not like a whole intro thing for the boss type thing, is there?
Right.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of one for this.
Like a cutscene type thing.
Yeah. But it's pretty well designed. Except the 4th boss is the easiest one.
Makes sense. Not.
Yeah. Anyways,
Perhaps you're just too strong for it.
yeah, I might have had a good strategy.
Maybe.
So, rock Pikmin and flying Pikmin are really cool.
The end. No, like, how do
Yeah.
you use those? Is it like a, like, what? I know flying Pikmin you can battle, like, or not battle, you can attack the things, like, that are in air, like birds type thing.
Oh yeah,
And,
that's really cool. You can, they work very well. Like, they're really weak in comparison to other Pikmin, but they
yeah,
fight better in the air than they do to ground enemies.
yeah. Once again, we don't want to say much because if by chance someone watches this and hasn't played the game, spoilers.
I mean, talking about the Pikmin types is not too bad.
Yeah.
Because they should already know about them.
Mhm.
Rock Pikmin are cool because when you throw them,
Like they can break through things.
well, that too, but when you throw them and they hit an enemy, it does extra damage.
Oh, it like stuns them.
A little bit, but it's more of just extra damage. Also, red Pikmin do damage better than other Pikmin, like they did in Pikmin 1 that they took out in Pikmin 2, but they put back in Pikmin 3. And any Pikmin can pick up bomb rocks now, which I thought was really cool.
Oh. Oh, okay. Like, wasn't it only like the purple ones could pick up bomb rocks? Or a certain kind could pick up bomb rocks before?
Yellow ones were the only one.
Oh,
except
it's
bomb
yellow ones. Okay.
I gotta go for a second. You guys keep talking.
All right. We're not.
Can I go ahead?
Just kidding. We're not going to
Go
keep
ahead
talking.
and tell my my Jordan story.
Right.
No, we're Jordan's story is last, Blake. You know the rules.
But I
We gotta- We got to talk about
We probably just did it. Like just edit this part out if we needed to.
Oh yeah, by the way, there hasn't been a podcast for 2 weeks because I've been gone for 2 weeks and these guys can't be bothered to do one themselves.
I could be bothered, but I
We've
don't.
got too many
feel
important
Like
things.
you
I
can't
don't wanna
you
be
you
bothered.
can't even be bothered to upload. Oh wait, no, never mind. You lost the footage. You couldn't have been
Yeah.
bothered to upload the video that you rendered out and edited and everything, and you just left it sitting there for a month, and then you lost
Yep.
it.
Yeah, that's the story of my life right there. But I'm working on getting. Here's the main problem that I have. I have dual monitors on on my desktop. I don't have a good enough graphics card to really get good FPS for fraps, which really sucks because we play a lot of intense games in Minecraft and whatnot where we're moving around a ton. So, the problem is like I get I go to record Minecraft with fraps, and since my monitors are 4:3 aspect ratio and YouTube is widescreen, so it's 16:9, if I upload the videos, you get those stupid black bars on the
Well,
side.
then
Well,
just set the
Yeah, and
I know I can set
screen
the
resolution.
Minecraft resolution and whatnot.
no,
The-
you can
the
also
problem-
in editing you can maintain aspect ratio.
Oh, but then I lose the item bar and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah, but
guess.
you just set it to start with.
What?
Like set this Minecraft screen to start with.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I did the one time,
Mhm.
but it's just like I hate doing that. I'd rather. So I'm working on getting some new monitors that are both widescreen.
Oh.
So and that problem would be fixed, and then also by that time I'll have a new graphics card, and then I'll start recording a lot more. But until then, actually, Elijah, to
Until
be
I can
honest,
get my computer fixed.
my school every year does a film contest.
We're back.
It's called
We do that.
we have those are film contests that the art museum does.
Uh,
Yeah, called Fanoscope, and
That sounds dirty.
no, it's the top prize is $1,000. Last
So if
year,
we all
last
do
year
it, can
only
we-
no, last year only 35 people entered, and I would love to get together with all of you guys and make a short film and do it because I'm pretty sure
No,
we could win.
Yeah,
it.
I know you talked about this.
Dude, the winning film sucked.
Like it was really
It was
bad.
from a Japanese dude out of New York, and it was about these dudes in white masks with a sucky freaking narration, and it was all in fisheye.
What?
The whole thing was in fisheye, and he won it. I was like, what the flip? And they're like, oh, it has a great story behind it and whatnot, and just the symbolic nature of how it represents our
We could
society that we live in.
We-
I was like, that's bullcrap.
we could win. We could beat that filming a video of us on a rooftop singing out racial slurs and jumping. That's a
Jump the broom.
So
Anyway.
basically, Gundam style.
yeah.
like I really want to get together and like do a film, but I want to do something actually like I've always wanted to do like a CSI style thing about like 10 minutes. You can do up to 15 minutes long.
Remember,
Like 10 minutes long, and it's like a
there a
CSI
style?
story.
remember,
Well, like
remember BSI.
I've got permission whenever I want to. The art museum here in our town. I know the directors because my grandma works there, and since there's only like 3 of them, I was like, "Hey, is there any chance we could come in like on a Sunday one day and do filming?" He's like, "What for?" And I was like, "I want to do Fanoscope, but I want this place to be like the bureau, like where the detectives or whatever investigators are given the crimes that they have to go out and investigate, because it's literally the perfect place. I kid you not. It has giant hallways. The floors are marble. You walk into the offices and everything's really close and compact. And there's just one office in the very back where the director sits, and it's kind of big and rustic. And there's just random paintings hanging all over the wall.
So obviously, I'd be the main character because I'm the best looking.
Oh my gosh, I hate you so
I think
much.
Elijah could be Elijah and Spencer. I could see them being the detectives.
Yep, I just kicked Jeremiah from the call.
Okay then. Actually, I could see Dallas being maybe the
I don't know
I
what
will
you
bring
call
my
them.
leather jacket and glasses.
The head. I could see. Yeah, and I want you. I want the
Oh.
opening scene to be like, the opening credits for a movie. How it shows just a car driving down a fall road and it's all leafy and whatnot.
My old
And
grandma
like,
car.
yes, just exactly. I want that car driving down the road. It's all leafy and whatnot.
Mhm.
Leaves falling all over the place. And then him pulling into the art museum parking lot, and both these guys getting out and just walking in,
we can-
and that's when the music cuts. And then they walk into this office and like they have their dialogue and whatnot. And then they leave and they go out and investigate this thing. And I want to go down and film by the old record company. Like I would say the name, the record company that used to be here in our town, obviously in the gorge. I want to go film down there. I've got permissions to do that, and I've also got permissions to go and maybe film in the mansion that's right down the road from my house.
Oh, Blake, do you know about that place? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You know about that place down in our local park?
Yeah.
That's behind the mulch piles across the railroad tracks. You go down and there's like this abandoned concrete structure.
Yeah.
You know about that?
Yeah.
You know where it is?
I mean I know it. I've seen it, but I don't know where it is.
We should do something there if we do fantasy.
Dude, we should though.
Okay.
Like I want to talk about this with you guys after the podcast.
Yeah, we're still
Alright.
recording. Just saying.
All right.
I would totally
Should we
Blake.
go-
If I was free, I could totally, and I will be free. I have no life.
It's like if we could make this so awesome.
We win and we split the prize 200 each.
I'll split the prize with you guys, no problem. I got nothing wrong with that.
No. I demand
Can-
I demand 720.
Can I be the creepy man in the background?
Yeah.
I was thinking you could be one of the investigators because I like how
You're very verbose and you use a lot of big words.
like
detectives do.
verbose.
Yes.
All right.
I'm verbose.
I have to look up verbose. I've never heard that before.
You know who's
It just means you just talk a lot. That's all
Oh,
that means.
Okay.
you know who's actually verbose?
Me.
Ian.
Blake.
Ian's
Blake.
vocabulary is huge.
Yeah, I think it's just kind of egocentric.
Also,
can't-
Jeremiah can't get back on the call.
Yeah, sorry, Jerry. Jerry, stop friggin' trying to call everybody.
He tried calling me like literally just a couple seconds ago.
Hold on, calm down. Calm your nipple.
Just breathe. Just breathe and hit your computer with a hammer.
Every time he joins, it's like he gets like hung up.
It's one of those.
Take it
It's
uh-oh.
because
My dad's holding a
Skype
gun
still
to
has
my
the
head.
call going for him. I think. Is he back?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just had to add him to the call.
My
for some
dad has a gun.
reason. All right, that's fine.
Okay, it's empty.
There
And
he's here now.
he's threatening
know.
to shoot me.
Should we
Yeah.
talk about Kerbal Space Program
Yes.
0.22?
Yes.
Dallas, or
Because I
actually
have no idea
Spencer,
what it
you are
is.
110% qualified to talk about this.
Blake.
I have no idea.
Spencer.
More like 810 divided by 810%,
All right, good enough.
which would be I don't even know. All right. Anyways,
Mhm.
yeah. Lovely weather we're having.
Oh, absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
I don't know. It's kind of dark where I
Besides
am.
freezing your nipples off.
Well,
Oh,
not
yeah,
too much though.
Me and Jerry and Kyle all went to Square Donuts yesterday morning.
It's kind of dark where I am. I
Freaking
can't tell.
cold. I think.
Dude, my
Okay,
nips like
so-
fell off.
Okay, so it's like I think I've got like a bruise on the inside of my thigh. I don't know why.
Kyle had a hole in his undies.
You know that is great
strike
news.
where his
That's
junk
just
was.
pleasant.
All right, Space Program.
Yeah.
Spencer, go.
All right. Anyways,
Space Pro-
okay. So about a week and some ago, they released version 0.22, and they added a career mode.
Is it still an
which is
alpha
great.
or beta or what?
Oh yeah. I mean, like the career mode is like nothing to it, almost nothing to it right now.
Yeah.
But
It's like you have a
it's-
budget type thing.
Can you explain what this game is?
yeah. Sorry. Okay. Kerbal Space Program
It's a game.
is a space program where you're in a solar system, and the people are Kerbals.
They live on the planet
and
Kerbin.
they
Similar
Yeah.
to Earth.
on the planet Kerbin, and the moon is the mun, and there's a bunch of other stuff you can land
The
on.
Earth is the Mirth.
So
And there's a
um,
sun.
yeah, so
Anyways,
it's basically a
you can
replication.
build rockets and space planes and stuff like that,
Uh-huh.
and put stuff in orbit, and
You-
go to the moon,
you-
land on the moon, and land on
the-
some other random ass
Yeah,
planet.
the purpose is building a rocket that works and getting.
And it's really difficult a lot, most of the time.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate onto how hard it is to actually make it.
It's
Yeah.
just crazy how advanced it is.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah,
In-
it's complete realistic. It has complete Newtonian physics and all that jazz.
In alpha.
It's pretty.
yeah,
and-
in
and-
alpha.
In fact, one of the only main features they don't have yet that needs to be added, pretty realistic, is re-entry heat. They even have like the visuals for re-entry. They just don't have the heat yet, so you don't blow up when you re-enter atmospheres at the moment.
Wait, so
but
it plays the flames coming off your ship and everything.
right, but it doesn't actually blow you up because they
That
haven't.
is kick butt. I have it. I just haven't installed
to
it.
rage quit because it's gonna be like so hard because it's gonna be so realistic. It's gonna be like I'm just gonna die every time I try to like re-enter the atmosphere.
Make it the moon,
Look up
get some
NASA's.
samples, come back, die.
Die.
But this is one of those games that I'd love to sit down and just like learn to play like a pro, because I feel so cool. Just like yeah, I think I'll put a few satellites up today and land on the moon and then
Fires
Start
13
a-
off.
civilization on the moon and then like land in the middle of the sun and blow up the entire universe.
Oh, Apollo 13.
Apollo 13. Yeah, I feel like just replicating Apollo 13 today.
What
And Challenger.
Goodbye,
I'm just gonna
Gemini.
intentionally fail.
What? What is?
Alright, so what's going on?
So I'm playing X and Y, right? I'm looking around for items I missed, and I'm talking to some guy, and here's exactly. I'm not sure if it's a guy. He has a hat on. I can't see his face. It says, "So which do you like best, long or short?"
Oh yes, that guy. Oh.
And I go, "Well," and the answers is long, short, or what?
The first time I answered long, I didn't even know what he was talking about.
Me too.
I would answer what?
Yeah, that one of the answers is what. You can ask what.
Yeah.
Um,
Apparently, he's talking about something to do with the camera. I don't know.
Can I talk about
What?
No, we gotta
Psychic
go to
Robert?
the Jordan story, guys. So
No,
we
no,
can
no.
have
We
a
got
podcast.
one more thing before that.
Oh yeah,
But-
there's PV.
Pokemon X and Y. There's a route where you fight a psychic, like the trainer that has the title psychic,
Mhm.
and after you beat him, he will say, "You and your Pokemon must have very high power levels. I think they are over 9,000." Not even kidding you. It's in the
That's
game.
amazing.
Look up Psychic Robert Pokemon X and Y, and you'll find all his dialogue.
References. I'm singing.
It's over 9,000.
So one last thing
Good-
that we have
good-
to mention before we go to our Jordan story for
Good
today.
job, Spencer.
Plants vs Zombies 2 was released for Android, and
God! I don't care.
it's
Neither
free.
do I.
It is totally free, and you should care.
Why? Because it's
All right,
because it's
I'm
made
gonna
by
download
EA.
it, and then I'll probably delete it in a week.
You'll probably delete it in a week. But
Because it's made by EA Dallas,
it's made by PopCap.
which is a subgroup of E EA.
Let me have my dreams.
just stop talking now.
My dreams
Oh,
are
and-
mine and not yours.
Alice, your picture. Can you crop your Mountain Dew can better than that for crying out loud?
No,
Ve-
it's there like that on purpose.
Very crudely photoshopped.
Dude, I can Photoshop better than that.
I can too.
Dallas's
chose
Photoshop
not
level is
to.
over
Photoshop
9,000.
better than both y'all's.
Dallas, your suck level's over 9,000.
So I currently have Plants vs
You should
Zombies
keep
1
it
and
just
2
because it
on
makes
phone.
Spencer angry.
His suck level's under 9,000.
I log on Skype. No!
Son of a bitch.
Quits. Alright, I have a Jordan story if someone else doesn't.
I've got a quick one.
All right, two Jordan stories.
got a-
'cause
All
we
right,
missed
I've
two.
got one concerning. Anyone? Does everyone here know what the Parrot AR drone is?
I've got a quickie.
Lol.
Yeah, it's
Nobody
that-
knows what that is.
It's that
Okay,
heliotropial circular square thing
Square,
that has like
square, you look
helicopter
for-
It's a
blades and flags.
dodecagon.
Oh, okay.
Blake, it's a decagon, not
Thank
it's a
you for
dodecagon.
correcting
It's
me.
not
on
really a
something I wasn't
helicopter, it's
referring
like-
to.
It's like a flat.
It's a
helicopter.
It's a quadcopter that's powered by your iPhone. Okay, basically.
All right, guys, let me just explain this in simple terms. It's a pancake that flies, and it's
basically.
With a camera on it.
With two
Camera.
cameras on it. Okay, one of the functions that you can do is if you tap the like forward button on your iPhone app while you're flying this thing like twice really fast, makes it do a flip, which is really cool. Except the fact that it didn't work for Jordan because he didn't charge it for like a year. So he charged it overnight one time and the batteries were like basically ruined. So we put the battery in, we take it outside, there's no wind, we're in this like back alley at our school, and he's like 10 feet off the ground. He's gonna do a flip, which is plenty of room. You can do a flip with this thing like a foot off the ground.
Mhm.
For some reason, the copter just kind of dies real quick, and it starts going lower and lower and lower. It gets about a foot off the ground, and then like 30 seconds after he told it to do a flip, it like has a seizure and just does a nosedive straight into the ground.
that's hilarious.
It just go and like all you hear is just and then it just dies, and Jordan just goes, Jordan just goes, so we walk over to it. Michael, who is our like friend that is a douchebag and everyone hates, picks it up and he goes, "What does this do?" Right as he says that, the thing comes back on and it like starts chopping at his finger.
Yes.
And he just throws it across the ground. He's like, "Ah, son of a bitch!" He's like, "The thing hurts." Jordan's like, "That's what you get."
You son of a.
Yeah, you know. Anyway, that was my Jordan story for the day.
All right, I want to hear
That
Spencer.
was pretty good. No, I don't even remember it now.
Oh, Spencer,
Blake's was good.
why you do this?
Why you do this?
I thought I had one, and then I can't remember what it was.
I know we had I thought I had one for
Oh, I have one.
No, you don't.
But I think I can say it.
Oh, is it like is it
One
is it
from
about his
the
girlfriend? Is it about his girlfriend? Oh, I don't think he
Sure.
like was telling.
last
I don't think
weekend.
he like was telling the story. Boys have swag.
Oh,
Oh yeah, that was
that-
hilarious. Do you want me to tell it?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
I'll tell it.
I don't.
All
I
right.
don't know.
I don't. Okay. I only heard
Oh,
about it.
no,
I
no,
was
no.
actually there.
But no, I think I should say this.
Okay, yeah, you tell it because I wasn't there.
I was there.
I just heard
Okay.
that.
Okay, so I walk into our fourth period physics class, and there's Jordan just kind of standing there,
With
right
me,
next
Jill.
to Dallas,
Jill.
with a friend of ours named Jill. And I noticed that Jordan has his collar up because it's a jacket and he can't have it down, so it's like kind of forced up. And I was like, yeah, so Jordan, I see you with that class. And then I think somebody asked about what about swag? And I'm like, swag is for boys. Men have class. And then Jill, who is sitting down right next to Jordan, says, "Okay, if guys have class, then what do girls have?" Jordan, with the straightest, well, not
It was
probably not the
straight.
straightest face.
It was a straight face.
Okay.
It was a straight face for Jordan.
Yeah. So with a fairly straight face, he just instantly says, "Boobs. Girls have
No.
boobs."
From what I heard, it was
He
just like
said-
Joe was like.
No.
Joe
it
was like,
definitely
if,
that.
so if boys have swag
No,
and men have
no,
class,
he
what do
said-
girls have? And then Jordan just goes, tits. Girls have tits.
Yeah, that's what he
I
said.
thought it was
It was tits.
It was tits.
And I was like, I heard that, and I was like, Jordan, you're the best.
I cracked up so hard.
Yeah, I was like, true that.
True that.
True that.
That is an accurate statement.
This
I would
statement-
I would agree with this statement.
The statement.
I agree.
Thanks Thanks for watching.
And
Bye.
thank you all for watching the LunchTable podcast. We'll see you later.
The topics are always hot.
Ah.
Goodbye.